Suppose sir, shall we start?
Yes, sure, sure.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Amrit, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir, and all the participants.
Good
I,
evening.
Avneet Kaur, volunteer of Sambhav Initiative and moderator for today's event. On behalf of Sambhav Initiative and Pro Bono India, in 2 weeks online national capacity building program for art of contract drafting from fundamental to enforcement, organized from 1st August to 15th August 2025, jointly organized by Sambhav Initiative, which is a campaign at pan India level, which is working towards alternative dispute resolution, legal aid, service, mental health, and creating legal literacy among different groups of society. Sambhav Initiative was inaugurated by Justice K.G. Balakrishnan, sir, former Chief Justice of India, and it's currently headed by Patron in Chief Justice C.K. Thakur, sir, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, and Patron of Sambhav Initiative, Honorable Justice M.R. Shah, sir, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, and Justice Kurian Joseph, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, and governed by many former judges of various high courts, and Pro Bono India, which is working towards legal aid and legal literacy. Today marks the beginning of a program with inauguration ceremony of 2 weeks online national capacity building program for art of contract drafting from fundamental to enforcement, which is going to be graced by our governing board member of Sambhav Initiative, Honorable Justice Subodh Shah, sir, former judge of High Court of Gujarat and advisor of ICAI. I request all the attendees to keep their microphones muted during the session. It is indeed my privilege and honor to introduce our esteemed dignitary, governing board member, Honorable Justice Subodh Shah, sir, former judge of High Court of Gujarat. Sir was the first advocate to adopt computer technology as early as the year 1985 and has been instrumental in implementing the project of computerization in New Gujarat High Court Complex, Supreme Court of India, Madras High Court, all districts of Gujarat, and the entire judiciary, all courts in India through E-Committee. In March 1997, Sir was directly appointed as judge of the City Civil and Sessions Court, Ahmedabad by invitation, and sent to Supreme Court of India for classification at cases at Supreme Court in 1997. Sir is a member of Standing Committee of the Supreme Court of India for monitoring E-Committee for computerization of the entire judiciary in the country. Sir has developed the concept of e-court for the first time in India. Sir has exercised limited powers for interlocutory orders as per the Supreme Court of India Rules 1966 while on deputation with SCI for the e-court project. Sir has also addressed scientists of forensic science at Kolkata in a national conference and attended the Asia Pacific Conference 2010 in Singapore. During his career as a judge and as an advocate, Sir has handled several Lok Adalat and mediation cases. Sir has experience of practice in almost all areas of law, including civil, revenue, constitutional, criminal, etc. As a city civil and sessions judge, Sir has dealt with several civil and criminal matters and has decided 1,388 cases in 174 days. Sir was also appointed as Special Judge, CBI Court, Ahmedabad. Sir has dealt with several complex matters and decided 88 cases in 138 days, decided more than 200 discharge applications and examined 272 witnesses, and lastly, as Judge of Gujarat High Court, Sir has dealt with matters of almost all subjects and delivered approximately 19,832 judgments in 1,260 days. We are deeply honored to have you with us today, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to all of you, dignitaries, esteemed speakers, distinguished participants. It is my privilege and honor to extend a warm and respectful welcome to each one of you as we inaugurated this 2-week online national capacity building program on the art of contract drafting from the fundamentals to enforcement. The art of contract drafting from fundamentals to enforcement may result into comprehensive guide for creating legally sound and enforceable contracts. The discipline of contract drafting is not merely a technical exercise. It represents the convergence of legal understanding, strategic foresight, and linguistic precision. For interns and emerging professionals, mastering this discipline makes a pivotal step toward meaningful contribution in corporate advisory, dispute prevention, and institutional governance. The subject can be broken down in three main sections. The fundamental of contract law, offer and acceptance. The essential elements of valid contract. An offer must be clear and definite, and acceptance must be unequivocal. Then consideration. The exchange of value between parties. Each party must provide something of legal value to the other. Intention to create legal relation. The parties must intend their agreement to be legally binding. Capacity. The parties must be legally competent to enter into contract, that is a legal age, sound mind, without fear or pressure or undue influence, etc. And legality. The purpose of the contract must be legal. There cannot be a contract for any illegal act. Then comes the art of drafting. This section moves from theory to practice, focusing on the practical skills needed to draft effective contracts. Key topics would be clarity and precision, using unambiguous language to avoid future disputes, structure and organization, creating a logical flow for the contract, including standard clauses like recitals, definitions, and boilerplate treat provisions, that is in plain and ordinary language, having simple and single meaning of each clause. Risk allocation, identifying and allocating risk between the parties through indemnification clause, limitations of liability, and warranties. Dispute resolution, incorporating clauses for mediation, arbitration, or litigation to address potential conflicts. Specific clauses like drafting specialized clauses for different types of contract, such as intellectual property, confidentiality, and non-competence agreement. Then lastly comes the issue regarding enforcement and remedies. The final section explores what happens when a contract is breached. It would cover breach of contract, defining different types of breaches, that is either material or anticipatory. Then its remedies, the legal options available to the non-breaching party, which may include damages, monetary compensation for loss incurred due to the breach, or specific performance, an order compelling the breaching party to fulfill their contractual obligations, even an injunction prohibiting a party from taking certain actions so as to continue the breach, rescission, the cancellation of the contract and restoration of the parties to their pre-contractual position. And lastly, drafting for enforcement. Techniques for drafting contracts that are easier to enforce, such as including clear and enforceable remedies clauses. In essence, the art of contract drafting, from fundamentals to enforcement, would provide a holistic view of the contract life cycle, from the initial formation of a legally sound agreement to the final resolution of any disputes that may arise. It is a vital subject for legal professionals, business owners, and anyone involved in creating or managing contracts. These initiatives, jointly organized by Sambhav Initiative and Pro Bono India, stands as a testament to our collective commitment to enhance the structural integrity and strategic value of contractual documentation across domains, and also to strengthen legal capacity, enhancing institutional transparency, and nourishing the art of precision in contractual practices. Today marks not just commencement of training module, but beginning of a journey that brings together the theory, practice, and strategic rules of required to understand and craft contracts that are not only legally sound, but commercially effective. In today's fast evolving legal and commercial landscape, the ability to draft clear, enforceable, and contextually sound agreement is not merely an academic skill. It is an imperative. Through this thoughtful curative program, we embark on a journey to demystifying the complexities of contract law and cultivate practical drafting expertise ensured in real-world organizations. Over the course of these 2 weeks, from 1st August to 15th August 2025, participants will gain exclusive insight into the full spectrum of contractual instruments from e-commerce framework and startup agreements to government contracts, tender documents, finance and security arrangements, and beyond. The sessions will be led by an ensemble of eminent experts from a revered panel of thought leaders and practitioners. They are advocates on records of Supreme Court of India, senior advocates from various high courts, chartered accountants, company secretaries, banking professionals, and thought leaders from allied sectors. We are deeply honored to be joined by an exceptional panel of speakers and subject experts whose professional contribution inspire excellence. They are Varuna Bandari Gunani, Senior Trainer, Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee of Supreme Court of India, Mr. Rupen Pratap Singh, Advocate Supreme Court of India, Pragya Parijit Singh and Mr. Avirel Saxena, Advocate on Record of Supreme Court of India, Mr. Ronak Desai, Head International Construction Law Officer of Mumbai, and Mr. Chirag Vajnani, Company Secretary and Advocate from Mumbai, Mr. Jagdeep Mehta and Mr. Narendra L. Ramani, Advocates from Gujarat, Mr. Mehul Kothari, Advocate from Rajasthan, Professor R. Venkataragavan, Chairperson of Master's Program in Construction Law and Arbitration of Manipal University, Ms. Vandana Gai, Visiting Faculty of Delhi University, Dr. Prashant Amin, Assistant Professor of Maharaja Sarajaya University, Baroda, Mr. Uday Makwana, former Center Head of Axis Bank, Company Secretary Mitul Suthar, former Chairman of ICSI Vadodara, and Chartered Accountant Swati Panchal, TEDx speaker and author. With this inspiring collective of legal minds, industry professionals, and institutional thinkers, we shall cover a wide spectrum of themes from drafting e-commerce contract and IP agreements to government tenders, startup documentation, financial instrument, digital privacy policies, and effective negotiation strategies. Our aim is not only to disseminate knowledge, but to foster critical thinking, procedural clarity, and enforcement-oriented craftsmanship. There would be a reflection on the evolving role of contract drafting in shaping transparent, enforceable, and accountable business relationships. They will highlight the importance of capacity building in legal drafting, especially for young professionals, freelancers, and startup advisory by covering different subjects like introduction to contracts and drafting methodology, contract negotiation and its techniques, drafting of various important clauses in contract, freelancing in contracts and career opportunities, e-commerce and digital platform contracts, drafting dynamics, key clauses in partnership and LLP agreements, lending, finance related and security documents, intellectual property agreements, franchisee, distribution and business expansion agreements, legal drafting essential for startup, overview of tender documentation and compliances, real estate contract, government contract, contract enforcement and litigation, and so on. This program's curriculum, from fundamental principle to enforcement mechanism, offers a rare breadth of coverage. You will engage with the essential of contractual logic, transverse the nuance of negotiation, and learn to construct clauses that speak not only to legally but also to business reality. Instruments such as mortgage deeds, pledge agreements, and digital platform contracts will become more than templates. They will become tools of equity, instrument of protection, and safeguards of transparency. For many of you, this may be your first structured engagement with the architecture of legal drafting. I urge you to approach it not as a passive recipient of knowledge, but as emerging custodian of procedural fairness. Ask questions, seek precision, challenge ambiguity, and let this forum be the proving ground for your professional ethics and drafting acumen. This program also reaffirms our commitment to accessibility and lifelong learning. Participants from across the nation will engage in meaningful dialogue and receive certificates that recognize both their dedication and their potential to advance professional standards in legal drafting. from mastering the nuance of privacy policy and digital contracts to developing tactical proficiency in negotiation strategies and key clause drafting. This program is tailored to equip legal professionals, corporate stakeholders, and policy architects with actionable tools and enduring knowledge. Let this be more than a training. Let it be transformative dialogue, a confluence of jurisprudence, practice, and innovation, dedicated to fortify our professional ethos and advancing our national legal capacity. With that, I warmly welcome each of you to this enriching journey. Let us begin with clarity of thoughts, precision of purpose, and a shared commitment to excellence. On behalf of the organizing committee, I welcome you all to this journey. May the coming days be filled with insight, interaction, and inspiration. Let us begin with a shared spirit of learning and resolute focus on excellence. May these sessions inspire not only your skills, but also your commitment to justice, clarity, and integrity in every agreement of you craft. May your journey through this program be one of the refinement of thoughts, language, and purpose. Let me close with the words of Justice Louis Brandeis. There is no great writing, only great rewriting. So practically, you have to rewrite the thoughts or the commitment or the consent or the whatever the clauses agreed between the parties into meaningful document so that there may be less dispute. And if there is a dispute, it can be resolved amicably. Where if the contract is in a simple language, as I said earlier, every clause must have a single and simple meaning only. Thank you, and I wish each of you an intellectual, rich, and professionally rewarding experience. Thank you, and let the sessions commence. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. And on behalf of organizing committee, I extend a sincere gratitude to our own governing board member, Honorable Justice Subodh Jha, sir, for gracing today's inaugural session and sharing his valuable insights. Your words have truly marked an inspiring beginning for this 2-week capacity building program on contract drafting, and we are grateful for your time and guidance, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for joining, sir. Thanks. Participant will be starting our first session at 7:15 p.m. So